And so next up is Billy Kapoor from Arahanga Space. Billy and I had the opportunity to chat when we were at TechCrunch Disrupt. And Billy, it's really nice to see you again. And thank you so much for coming to space and sharing time with us.
Yeah,
please go ahead whenever you're ready.
Yeah, it's good to see you again, Jeff. Good morning, TechCrunch. My name's Billy Kapoor. I'm from New Zealand. So representation matters. Black lives matter. We're making space for everyone. The Elysium problem. These are phrases you've probably heard thrown about lately, but sometimes it's hard to relate a new propulsion system to addressing police brutality. Space has always been an aspirational field, but how can you invest in those aspirations or make a near-term return? I've got a proposal for you. What if a kid growing up could watch a Black woman building the spacecraft? How would that change how they thought of her? How about a whole company of women racing to put people on Mars situated in their cultures and languages? Would you watch that? If you go to our channel, you can. Arahanga Space is a coalition of women engineers building spacecraft in New Zealand. If we find seed investors for our first season, everybody could watch, and maybe that would change the way you think about space and each other.
That's a really interesting pitch, Billy. And here's a couple of questions for you.
Okay, shoot.
In the viewing of watching somebody build rockets, it begs a couple of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly the diversity aspect is really interesting in terms of who's doing work and how do we think about who's doing that work. The second question is, if you're building rockets in New Zealand, who are your customers and who are you building them for?
The point of the project is to capture the media interest that is currently, mostly because of ITAR and other things that regulate American companies, pretty much untapped. There were 500,000 people watching the SN8 test flight. How much, that was without marketing or promotion. How much more would you be invested in that SN8 flight if you'd been able to follow the stories of the engineers, if you knew the people building it, if you'd seen them go through everything it took to build it, and you understood all the tension that was there, and then that had been promoted and advertised on a Netflix or Disney or Apple Plus, something like that? Instead of 500,000, you'd have 20 million people watching that. And that's enough of an audience to actually pay for it.
I love the idea of democratizing the view, to democratize access, and to tell people, yes, you can do this. That's wonderful. Where are you in your startup journey? Where are you now and what's next? In just a few seconds, please.
We've been team building and pitching to networks and things for a few years now. So what we're doing now is we're just rolling straight into a Twitch and YouTube channel, and we're going to be finding our feet from the very beginning. So if you follow us along that, you can join in, you can give a lot of feedback, you can do code review, and you can be, part of it.
Nice. That's wonderful. So everybody go find the channels. Billy's going to be launching Twitch and what?
YouTube and pretty much every other format. It'll be fun.
Go support and watch what they're doing and realize that, yes, we too can go to space, except maybe not me because I'm older. Anyway, Billy, it's nice to see you again, and thank you for joining.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
Take care.
Never traveled, I will go and not look back. There is a future not yet unraveled, and it takes me